Hello. Today our group gonna present about the company named Ship. So what this company does. As the name suggests, they do shipping. What do they ship? They ship everything. As they state in their website, shipping isn't easy. No matter who you are, an individual or business, you'd like to spend the least time sending your stuff to your customer or your acquaintance. So this startup aims at helping people sending their stuff easier. It is a US startup based in San Francisco, and it pick up items on the customer house or business and then pack them and deliver to the destination. The ship company, they currently operates in 4 areas: San Francisco, Miami, New York, and Los Angeles.
So in the business model, I would like to start with the value proposition, like what does the company offer to the customer. First is offer the low delivery cost, like compared with the other shipping company, and also is provide the customer the simple, safe, and secure delivery. Like the only thing that the user have to do for the delivery is like just take a photo and send the location in the application, and it will get the courier from the ship to pick the item up, and yeah, that's it, and then wait to pay. And also the company offer the shipping features. There are many shipping features that they added to the application, such as the tracking system that the user can track the package whereabouts. Then we move on to the customer segment. Its type is like diversified, since the ship targeted customer is like anyone who want to deliver the items, and the channel that ship can deliver the value proposition to the customer are the mobile device and the delivery. And for the customer, the relationship should be like the dedicated personal assistant, since they come to assist you for the delivery, and then they also packing the item for you, and the revenue stream that they will get is from the delivery fee. Okay, let's move on to the key factor. The key resource from this company, we start with the human. Is the software engineering and the couriers, and another resource is the finance, which the company has raised like $62.2 million from many investors, and the key activities will be the delivery process. The key partnership is the banks, since the user has to pay via the credit card, that we have to register the credit card information in the application, so it has to deal with the banks. And also the other key partnership is the worldwide shipping company, such as, for example, the FedEx, so that it will, because it has to deliver to those companies, so that you do the further shipping. And the cost structure will be the labor cost and the delivery cost. The delivery cost is included the material cost for packing also.
Okay, the SWOT analysis. First of all, we have the strengths, and the strengths with Ship is that it's very easy to use. You just take a picture of the item and you put it in the application, and someone can pick it very fast. It's very cheap. And another one is that the couriers are employees, and some people think that's a weakness because it's more expensive, so on. But in fact, in long term, there is a lot better for the company because it's gives more benefits to the employees, which makes them happier, which means better experience for the customer as well. There is and then we have the opportunities. There is a big market worldwide. There is a $15 billion market of small package shipping around the world. So it's very huge, and it's keep on growing every day. Like shipping from the private person selling stuff on eBay or anything, which is one of the main areas where ship is very big. Yeah, and then we have the weaknesses. And if you want to send a very expensive item, maybe for like $10,000, this will not maybe be the solution because they only insurance the item up to $1,000. And also they don't have any membership discounts. So there's no, like the other competitors we talked about, they have like packages and so on where you benefit from sending a lot of packages, but on ship you don't have it. And then we have the threats. There is the whole idea is very easy for other companies to copy, which already been done. Bigger companies such as Amazon and etc. who today only have like the last part delivery. They can also have the other part where they can take it back as well. And they can sort of increase their business, so this could be included. And FedEx and DHL can also do this, maybe more cost effective because they're a big company. And there is a lot of competitors who have this in the same market.
For the first analysis, the first one, competitive rivalry. There are few companies doing this kind of business, so there might be another company with a stronger connection and more budget can do the same thing and widen quickly to other countries. Trees of new entrants. Since e-commerce is very famous and the merchant have to ship the item for their customer, but ship is available in limited city. It's an opportunity for the new entrant to do this business. Threat of substitute product. Nowadays, technology moves rapidly, and there is an interesting delivery machine such as drone, which could be implemented in the same function. For customer bargaining power, the concept of the company is providing shipping using the lowest cost possible. So the customer bargaining power is limited because ships select the best option for their customer. For supplier bargaining power, ship is the middle combination between the customer and the shipping supplier, such as UPS, FedEx, DHL, which is famous company, therefore is a high bargaining power. For complementary bargaining power, these are considered to be the same as supplier because we use that service. For the business strategy, from the previous funding, the number of shipments increased and the customer grows steady. We could conclude that ship business is on the right way. Moreover, to keep the standard of the service, ship should maintain the lowest cost of shipping, providing the high quality of service, develop and improve the process of shipping delivery, and also have to certify the customer satisfaction and focus on expand its service area to broaden its business.
Marketing and sales strategies. So as you can see, the segmentation of this company, it's by geographical area. They target only the customer in the specific area because as a startup, they don't have many people at first, so they try to focus near their base station, which is San Francisco, and then they expand. Their targets individuals and businesses who want to ship the product or ship something to their respective clients. And they target like more on the seller or the online store who want to ship a lot of things, not just like shipping for one time. So that's their main client, and also their positioning. As you can see, in the previous industry or in previous market, there's only user and the company that deliver their stuff, such as FedEx, DHL, and UPS. So this company came as the medium between users and the courier company. So they just simplify the steps so the user doesn't have to walk into the post office or walk into the FedEx office and wait in line and buy a box. They just erase those things. So the customer just taking photos of their products that they want to ship, and then the ship company come in and just take it over. So for another marketing strategies, the market mix, the 7 P's. The first one, the product. This company does not need their clients to be smart in text or anything, because the UIs of their application is pretty simple. So their product is pretty easy to use. Everybody just, if they see their product for the first time, they could just easily, like, it's intuitive, so they could just use it the first time they see it. And for the place, second P, place, this is their, like, the key strategies, because they provide the at-home service, so customer doesn't even need to leave their house. The third one, P, price. This is also their key strategy. Their service is pretty cheap. It can be as low as $5. So this is pretty interesting compared to other big companies like FedEx and DHL and stuff. And the fourth P, the promotion. They also provide a promotional code. When you invite your friends to use their service, the referrer will get the codes and, like, get some discount from their service. The fifth P, the physical evidence. So the money they pay, they get a lot of things back, because the staff that get to their house, they get a van and also a high-tech device that they use to track the items. So, and the customer get the well-trained staff that they call the ship heroes. Ship heroes are the staff that is trained for this job, like the shipment job. So they have to pass the ship academy in order to get this job. They pretty focus on the customer satisfaction. So there's a lot of physical evidence that customer can see. The fifth P is people. The people, as I said in physical evidence, the people, the staff, they call it ship hero. So the ship hero, they are trained. The people are focused on customer satisfaction, and that is also the key of their success. And the last P, the 7 P, the process. The process that customer need to do is pretty simple and straightforward. They just have to type in their address and the destination and their sender address and their credit cards, and that's it. And they take photos, and the staff come in and take their stuff and send to the destination. It's pretty easy because the company process focus on customers. They want customer to have less steps in sending their products.
Competitive advantage, and how does Chip maintain its competitive advantage? The first one is the lowest price. So Chip has to have the lowest cost in order to have the lowest price. The first thing that Chip has to do is to define all costs and all possible ways that it can save its costs. For example, the application and website development and maintenance costs, staff and warehouse costs, and also average transportation cost per trip. And another thing that Chip has to consider is the assigning staff to the specific areas. Because if there are idle staff that does not have work or job at that time, Chip has to raise its costs. And another competitive advantage is easy, convenient, and time saving. Chip has developed user-friendly, creative, but simple design application and website that for new users to be easy to use. And once the customer comes to use the application for the first time and they understand the steps and process, they want to come back again. And also Chip provides the convenient and time-saving service that satisfies our customers. Then the next one is unique and customized service offering. Chip has kept the high standard as when the staff come to pick up the items or deliver, it has to be on timely manner. And also Chip finds new features or functions that differentiates itself from other competitors' service, such as its promotion.
Okay, so next one is the competitor analysis. We have two examples, that is Chipbox and Chipster. We're gonna take one that is Chipbox. This is a startup that have quite similar with Chip's startup. So the first one we're gonna compare is the price. Chip and Chipbox have the same price, that is $5 for a fixed price for Chips and Chipbox too. The next one is time guarantee. Chipbox guarantee that the delivery time will be under 30 minutes, but for Chip it will be under 15 minutes after you send the request. For coverage, Chip covered 4 cities, which is San Francisco, New York, Miami, and Los Angeles. And for Chipbox, they only provide 2 cities currently, which is Chicago and New York. And the integration part, Chipbox integrated the e-commerce website such as Amazon, Shopify, which Chip doesn't include it. For promotions, Chipbox provides you that if you order more than 40 shipments per month, they will provide you like a 5% discount, and if you request them more than that, you have a more discount than that too. And for the Chip, they doesn't provide any promotion yet so far.
As you can see, the first round was in 2012. They raised about $2.12 million from 25 different people, which is quite a lot in the first round for so small money. And they did this because they got help from a guy who is a very famous and angel investor, who was working together with them, and they said that they were going to gather a team with a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge from startups. So it ended up with 25 people, including a lot of high-profile investors who helped them out. And the second round, which was in 2014, they gathered an extra $10 million from Sharpa Capital, which is a San Francisco Bay. It's the company, and at this point, the company was valued around $50 million. And the third round, which was the most latest one in April 2015, the company raised about $50 million from 7 different investors, which valued the company up to $275 million. And the conclusion of this is that they have a lot of people behind them, but they still have a lot of good people with experience and knowledge about this, who will help them to keep growing their business and further success.
So to conclude everything, Chip aims at solving problem in the current system that users need to go through a lot of complicated process in the post office or the courier company. So they reduce those steps into just 3 or 4 simple steps. Just add the address, taking photos, and then wait for the guy to pick your stuff up. The main reason of their success, in our group opinion, is because of the customer-centric vision of the company. They are serious with their customer satisfaction. Every Chip hero is trained in the Chip Academy before they approach their clients to ensure the customer satisfaction of the company. And also, we also predict that their next phase, they're gonna expand the service, because now they have set their standards on all the customers. So the next step is to expand their base customer so they get more revenue. And however, if this idea was implemented elsewhere, for example Thailand, they would have to change a lot of things, because the period or the supplier in Thailand is not very trustworthy. For example, the post office, the Thai Post, they get a lot of complaints, so it is work in the US, but it might not work elsewhere. The last conclusion is Chip is extremely successful because it is a blue ocean startup and they seamlessly implement their service and strategies, and they get a lot of funding by focusing on the customer and provide the ideal customer service. So that's it for our presentation. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.